Hey beauty business babes, my name is Callaghan and I am the beauty business mentor for women who are looking to scale to 6 figures and beyond. I help women with social media and also their business strategies behind the scenes to help them grow to 6 figures or more. Today I wanted to talk about 5 things that I would have done differently in my own business to scale to 6 figures or higher quicker, right? Because that is exactly what we want to do. We want massive growth in the shortest amount of time. And so that's what I help my girls with. So what I'm going to do is teach you guys a couple of things that come up for me whenever I think about things that I would have done maybe a little bit differently to help me get to that point right now. First thing that I want to talk about is where your focus is going. I think that when we first start, our focus is going to so many different places that we truly just don't know what to do. We're kind of lost. We're like, do we do all of the social media? Do we do all of the online marketing? Do we spend all of the money? Do we hoard the money? We have no idea what's going on. Let's be real. There's no step-by-step manual on teaching you how to be the artist or the business owner that you are growing into. And so I think that for me personally, what I would tell all of my girls out there to do who are in the beauty business industry is to identify, one, who your ideal client is. And I swear I could like beat a dead horse over and over and over again, but I think that we only scratch the surface when we do this. When I say this, you probably are rolling your eyes. You're probably like, Kelly, I've heard that a million times. But the truth of the matter is that this is where the gold is. This is where we need to start. And it can't be just some really quick 5-minute thing of, oh, okay, she is this and this is who she is. This is where she lives. She has blonde hair, yada, yada, yada. Like we gotta dig in deep. And I think this is where the number one mistake is being made, especially by new business owners. It's not properly identifying who this human, who this ideal client is. Once you're able to identify who that is, you're going to be able to identify what their problems are. So for me, for example, I started off with spray tanning, right? The problem that I saw that women had were lack of confidence because they felt maybe a little bit heavier, or they had stretch marks, or they had blemishes throughout their body, or they were just a person that was scared of the sun and they didn't want to go get tan, but they felt so much better. So they wanted that confidence boost. They wanted to feel better in their own skin. And so by identifying that problem, you're then able to find the solution to that problem. So what is the solution that you have for your particular ideal client? I'm gonna give you another example. As I've grown from a sunless tanner into a sunless educator and a beauty business mentor, I realized that a lot of the sunless artists were complaining about not having a solution that was dark enough. So what I did was I created Obsidian, which is the solution that is going to be dark enough for your clients. And with that, I've been able to, one, identify who my ideal client is, 2, find the problem they had within their scope of their services or products and their business. And then I was able to present to them the solution for that problem. Because I've been able to do this over and over again, I've been able to create a multi-6-figure business for myself while helping other people. And I think that the reason why I put those numbers out there is because it's a measurable goal and it's something that is real. Whereas somebody could say, hey, you know, I help people do this, but it's like, how do you help? And like, where is that measurement coming from? So I want you to know that I have been able to duplicate this process that I do over and over and over again, from sunless tanning to creating a product to doing trainings for these women. And because I've been able to duplicate it in so many various forms, I promise you this is the blueprint that actually works. This is a blueprint that actually works. Identifying your ideal client, finding out what problem they have, and solving that problem. It is guaranteed to give you guys some motivation, some inspiration, some insight, and really help your bank account. The second thing that I want to talk about is letting go of the fear of judgment, because nobody in this world is 100% liked, okay? You could be Mother Teresa, you could be the devil himself, you could be this unicorn right here, anybody. You could be anybody. And somebody is gonna be out there with a stick up their ass and they're not gonna like you for whatever reason. Usually their own insecurities, honestly. So when you go into business, you have to let go of the fear of judgment. You have to let go of the imposter syndrome. You have to let go of the fear of people judging you, because no matter how freaking perfect you are, somebody is not gonna like you. And probably multiple people, it depends. Since I've been on YouTube, since I've been doing my podcast, since I've been putting myself out there, I've gone from like 0 haters to like a lot of haters, and that's okay. You have to stand your ground and understand that typically these people come from a place of fear. Typically these people are coming from a place of scarcity. There's jealousy involved. There's some sort of inconsistency, or just they're not in alignment with you, and that's okay. Not everyone's supposed to like you in this world. So by being able to stand your ground and understand that you are so incredibly beautiful to the people who matter, you're going to be able to stand up and continue to move forward despite all of the negative chatter you are going to experience, because I promise you, at one point or another, you are going to experience this, and it's not going to feel good. It's going to make you want to retreat. It's going to make you want to not do the things. But the whole thing is, in my mind right now, is just these people, whoever is doing this like negative shit to you, talking about you behind your back, disliking your stuff, trolling your stuff, they don't matter. They're emitting this negative energy, which is kind of like a boomerang. It's going to come right back to them. So protect your energy, protect your field, protect your mind, and try your best when you do see these things or experience these things to understand it is actually a form of up leveling. Like, if you don't have haters, you're not doing shit right. You have to think about that. But the fact of the matter is that if you feel like you are doing good work, if you feel that you are helping people along the process, along the journey, that is all you can do. That is literally all you can do. So keep your mind focused on those ideal clients. Keep your mind focused on solving the problems for those people, because otherwise you are going to drive yourself crazy, and you're going to allow these people who don't freaking matter to influence you in a negative way. And we do not, as business owners, we don't have time or energy or any of that shit for any of that shit, okay? So you got to move on and let it go. It's okay to feel that for a moment, but the sooner that you're able to let those feelings, those negative energies, that anger go, and that resentment and all of these things go, the sooner you're gonna find liberation. And it took me years to figure this out. So please understand that sometimes it's a process, but you will find liberation. You will find that that energy that was being used towards those negative people, where it was just a waste, because now once you're able to let that go gracefully, you're then able to get that creative mind and that creative mode and that energy towards the things that actually matter, and that is moving the needle forward in your business. The third thing that I want to talk about is, I probably would have done this a lot sooner. I did it pretty soon within my business. So I started my business as a mobile spray tanning artist in 2014. And since then I've been able to grow it to a multi-6-figure business on an international level within just 2 years. And so we're on year almost 6 now, I think. It's crazy to think about. But the thing that I would have done sooner is I would have created a tribe sooner. So when I say tribe, this could be in so many different forms. It could be connecting with women who are in the beauty industry locally. It could be doing a Facebook group for people that are, your ideal client. It could be forming a YouTube channel or podcast or an Instagram, and really focusing on that one particular area that you feel very, very pulled to do and that you love to do. So whether that's adminning a Facebook group or focusing on your Instagram and really trying to grow that audience. Your tribe is your audience. That's kind of the correlation there. But if you're able to identify, like, where is my ideal client at right now, and how can I create a community so that way they are continuing to know, like, and trust me. This was seriously such an amazing thing that I did. And it was funny because I didn't really know what I was doing in the beginning. Like, I still don't know a lot of the times, but I allowed myself to open up and to intuitively be pulled to doing the things that I felt pulled to do. And that was creating the Beauty Business Babes Facebook group. That was creating the Wake Up to Level Up podcast. That was creating the YouTube channel. That was creating my Instagram and really focusing on that. So for me personally, it's been a long journey, and it's been kind of like, what do I focus on? Because there's so many different things. I would advise you, if you don't know, start with where your ideal client is at now, where they're most active. And that way you can focus on that particular thing, because don't try to be like me if you're in the beginning stages. Don't try to do it all unless you can do it all. If you have the time and the energy, that's totally cool, but most likely you're gonna get burnt out unless you have help. If you get to delegate this work, you can totally do it, but start with one thing and then get really comfortable with that one thing, and then start compounding on top of that. The fourth thing that I want to mention is I would have created a product and a service sooner. So I think about my ideal client and I think about what product and service do they want. I have multiple businesses in the beauty industry. So now I have a couple of different client avatars or ideal clients. So I'm gonna just talk about the spray tan training clients. So these clients, what they need from me is something that I needed when I first started, which is a training program that encompasses not only the technique, but also has education on brand neutral solutions. So like all the types of different solutions out there, because I didn't want to be stuck to one particular solution. And unfortunately, when I first started, that's all there was. It was brands that were creating solutions and then creating trainings and then really focusing on selling the solution during the training, which isn't what I wanted. What I wanted, it was somebody who was actually in the business and where I wanted to be, because I knew that that person had been through the struggles and knows how to get to where I want to be. So I wanted more of like a mentorship, someone who actually had a salon, because I saw myself going there at some point, but unfortunately I didn't find that. So I created that for our clients. I created a training program for spray tanning artists or people who wanted to learn how to spray tan that encompassed technique, brand neutral information on solution, and then also marketing, operations, the business perspective, and also a mentorship, all included with that. So what that has allowed me to do is figure out the problem that our sunless industry had and solve that problem for these girls who were coming into the industry, therefore helping them succeed more, right? So they're more likely to succeed with our program than they would be if they didn't know the marketing and the business and all of these things. So what we've done is really created like a movement essentially, and really something that I'm super incredibly proud of. So that was the service that we were able to offer to our clients. It took me a couple years to do the product side of things because I was scared and I just didn't really know. But last year in December, we launched a product that was something that I kept on seeing come up for our clients. So our ideal clients are in our Beauty Business Days Facebook group, and a lot of them were saying that they didn't have a solution that was dark enough. So I created a really, really dark solution called Obsidian, and it has really, really blown up, and I'm really excited to have that as a part of our spray tan training programs and our classes and just our business in general, because it really helps the ladies who had that problem. So by being able to identify that problem, you can create a service, you can create a product most likely, and you don't have to do both. You can definitely do one or start with one and then do like I did, get the other one involved. But I definitely think the more problems that you're able to solve for your clients, the more you're going to make more impact in this world, and then you're also going to make more impact on your bank account too, right? And the last thing I wanted to mention is, and this was a big one for me, like I took forever and ever to do this, but it was simply asking for help. And when I say simply, I really try to use that word loosely, because it's not easy to let go of your baby. Your business is your baby. It's not easy to kind of let go of the reins a little bit, but what I've learned is that you can't allow your baby to basically like suck on your teeth the entire time, right? So like what we need to do is figure out how we separate ourselves emotionally and how we're able to ask for help for the things that we don't like to do. A lot of the things that I don't like to do is admin work, shit that has to do with like emailing people back on like the same exact thing over and over and over again. While it's super easy, it's things that take time with that and energy, where I could be using towards creating a new program or helping the girls that I mentor or something like that. So being aware of what it is that you don't like to do and delegating that work. I would have done this so much sooner had I known, but I really, really love that I was able to do that now. I've been able to work with mentors, virtual assistants. I have help at the salon. I have 15 trainers around the US and Canada, and we're going to expand on that. So there's so many things that can help you grow while helping other people grow, while helping your business grow, while helping your bank account grow. There's so many different things, and you just have to know that these investments, while they can be scary, it is going to be worth it in the long run, because you can't be the operator and owner of your business and grow it that much. You know what I mean? You have to have help. So I'm gonna leave you guys with that. I hope this has helped you guys so much. I thank you guys so much for being a part of the journey, and I love you guys a long time.